You're watching Dante Boxing Nation.
Jermall, do you think Canelo's move to 168 means that he don't want no smoke at 160?
He's scared. Where you at, Cinnamon? We've been calling you out for a long time. It's that time to show up. Show up. Give the people what they want to see. The people want to see us fight the best in the world. We feel like we the best in the world. Come on, man. Stop running behind De La Hoya. Stop doing all that, man. Stop acting like that. Man, you know what's up. We don't need Daz and we don't need none of that. The belts make the rankings, and that's what we here for. We number one in the world. We the best in the world. You see it. Let's get it.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know the pound-for-pound king of Europe, Canelo Alvarez, he's very used to calling the shots, right? But when it comes to the fight that Canelo is trying to get next against Caleb Plant, this may be the first time in a long time he's not in complete control. Matter of fact, I shouldn't even say complete. He's not in control at all because now Caleb Plant actually calls all the shots when it comes to Canelo trying to get this fight. For the simple reason that Caleb Plant has something right now that Canelo Alvarez can only get through Caleb Plant. And that's that last belt so Canelo Alvarez can call himself undisputed. Guys, this gives Caleb Plant and PBC's Al Heyman major leverage over Canelo Alvarez when it comes to making this fight come to fruition. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Canelo Alvarez, he's been trying to get the Caleb Plant fight for quite some time. They negotiated twice and negotiations fell apart. Now, and I was told around the time that Canelo Alvarez left the zone and became a free agent that PBC, they actually offered Canelo Alvarez a 3-fight deal, which would include Yildirim, because that's who he wanted to fight, and it would include Caleb Plant and Jermall Charlo. Would it surprise you if I tell you that Canelo Alvarez turned that offer down? Of course it wouldn't surprise you. So if that information is true, then that tells us there's a very good chance the only way Canelo Alvarez is going to get the fight that he so desperately wants, which is against Caleb Plant, the only way he's going to get that fight is if he signs a multi-fight deal that would probably include either David Benavidez or Jermall Charlo, if not both. That's the only way it would make sense for PBC to allow Canelo Alvarez to come over, snatch up one of their champions, and not get anything in return. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to definitely tell Canelo Alvarez, if you want Caleb Plant, you're going to have to give us a 2-fight, a 3-fight deal, which includes, once again, David Benavidez or Jermall Charlo. If I was Caleb Plant, I would demand at a minimum $20 million because we know how bad Canelo needs this fight. You got to understand, guys, if Canelo Alvarez doesn't unify these belts, where does he go from there? If he doesn't fight against Caleb Plant, there's a very good chance they're going to eventually order Canelo Alvarez to fight David Benavidez, since David is ranked number 1 by the WBC. In fact, if the WBC president wasn't protecting Canelo Alvarez by just giving Canelo Alvarez, basically giving him the WBC belt without even having to fight for it. Remember, Canelo was fighting Caleb Smith for his belt, right? It didn't include the WBC belt. But Mauricio Solomon, the WBC president, he decided just to put the belt up for grabs while they were fighting for another belt. I mean, have you guys ever seen someone do this? Have you ever seen any organization do this? Say, for example, you got 2 people fighting for the IBF belt, and all of a sudden the WBA president says, you know what, hey, why don't you go ahead and take this vacant belt and give it to the winner of this fight? Nah, you ain't never seen that before. You only see it from the WBC president when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. You see, this is the reason why Mauricio did this. Because if he didn't do that, he would have been forced to put the number 1 and the number 2 ranked fighters against each other for the vacant WBC belt. And you know who the number 1 and number 2 were at the time? David Benavidez and Yildirim. So we already know that David would have completely annihilated Yildirim, and that means he would have been the WBC champion, which would have derailed Canelo Alvarez's plans of becoming undisputed in the division. So the only way the WBC president and Canelo Alvarez could avoid that problem is if the WBC president just handed over the belt to Canelo Alvarez. This is what we're dealing with in the sport of boxing, guys. I think there's a very good chance. I've been optimistic on situations like this too many times. But I think there's a chance that we can possibly get Canelo versus Jermall Charlo because of the circumstances, because of the situation. Remember, Charlo, he just recently said I think it was on a live stream, he talked about how him and Canelo could fight in September. Charlo said, fuck the money, fuck the titles, fuck all of that. All I want is Canelo Alvarez. He even said he's willing to go up to 168 and fight him. And he said he knows that they're going to try to put him in the most uncomfortable situation to even get that fight. But he said that he's willing to walk through all of that adversity to get this fight. There are so many options for Canelo Alvarez when it comes to good fights. Some of the toughest fights for him. The type of fights that would actually make him pound for pound the best fighter in the world if he could beat these type of names. You got all of these names that are ready. They're ready and waiting on Canelo Alvarez. You got Dimitri Bivol, who said he's willing to come down to 168 to fight Canelo Alvarez. David Benavidez has already called out Canelo. You have Jermall Charlo or Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo used to actually call out Canelo at 154. That fell on deaf ears as well. It's crazy, man. Canelo Alvarez, he's got to be the best running back in the league. Because as soon as you think you got him, he finds another hole and pulls another European out of his hat like a magic trick. And it's often a European fighter that we've never heard of. Just be honest. Be honest with yourself. How many of you guys had heard of Avni Yildirim before Canelo went after him? How many of you guys had even heard of Rocky Fielding before Canelo Alvarez went after him? But I'm telling you right now, with all this pressure, that European tour of Canelo's is starting to come to an end. Because once again, if he gets this fight against European-American Caleb Plant, that's most likely going to be attached to him having to fight somebody like Jermall Charlo. Like I reminded you guys a minute ago, when it comes to David, he's already the number 1 contender. So I don't think they have to force that fight, or at least include David Benavidez into the contract. It would make more sense to include Jermall Charlo's name because he's not as mandatory. So guys, we'll see. We'll see how bad Canelo Alvarez really wants the Caleb Plant fight. I'm assuming we'll find something out in the next couple of weeks. But if negotiations just drag on and on and on, there's a very good chance it will be because they want Canelo to fight Jermall Charlo. We'll see how this all plays out. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
An important message from Youth Fountain Laboratory, makers of VasoFlux and VasoFlux for Men. If you're over the age of 35 and over the years you've eaten pizza, dairy foods, deli meats, or meats with fat, you are likely to have some degree of plaque buildup in your veins and arteries. This increases your risk of suffering a stroke or heart attack exponentially, and no one wants such a catastrophic event to occur. Introducing Blackout. Blackout is made of all natural ingredients proven to help dissolve clots in the blood, remove calcium deposits and plaque from the walls of veins and arteries, improve viscosity of the blood, improve elasticity of the veins and arteries, treat varicose veins, and prevent the reoccurrence of plaque buildup. For more information, visit Youth Fountain Laboratory at youthfountainlab.com or call 1-800-853-7856. And remember, to help unclog veins and arteries, get the Blackout.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodkey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
Hello, my name is Dominic. I just got my procedure done here at South Carolinas. I was recommended by Dante's Boxing Nation, and it's real. You know, here's the results. The brother out here, Brother Enoch, is real, and it's a very, very, very good recommendation. I recommend it. 4 hours, you in, you out, and it's the rest of your life.
So if anyone in the world wants this hookup, make sure you contact my man Enoch at 704-499-3471, and make sure to follow him on Instagram.